Hey everyone, my name is Chloe Carner, and today we're going to be asking college students how they found their communities on campus. If you had to describe in one word, what is making friends like on college campus?
It's difficult, but it's definitely doable.
I would definitely say it's exciting.
I would say it's pretty difficult to make new friends in college on a day-to-day basis.
I think,
They just show up.
yeah, our friends kind of just show up. We just kind of spawn in random places.
It's like a little mission. You just pick up people along the way.
Yeah.
Honestly, it's two words, but challenging and fun.
Fun.
So, what was the hardest part for you making friends in college?
Finding a sense of community and belonging and finding like-minded individuals.
I'm not from here, I'm from Argentina, so I will say culturally it was kind of hard for me to know how to adapt to the way that things work here.
Definitely being in the city because we don't have a campus and it's difficult to meet people through your classes and stuff.
Hardest part?
Probably just starting,
Yeah, starting
branching
to find
out and
friends.
starting that, because then once you get the ball rolling, it's you're good. You're good.
Yeah, I agree.
I would say just putting myself out there, being vulnerable.
I was actually a transfer student my second semester freshman year, and then that's when COVID hit, literally, I think a month into it. It was a little hard trying to figure out how I was going to make friends when we were all on Zoom and at home. You just kind of have to reach out a little bit.
So, what is your advice for students looking to find their community in college?
To join a club. I joined a dance team, Pasión Latina, so I found a lot of sense of community and belonging with them. So joining club, you'll find a lot of friends.
I would say be open to new people, to new experiences, and always do things that make you feel comfortable, but definitely stay open to new opportunities.
I would definitely recommend to get involved as much as you can and be proactive within your school by joining different clubs and groups and stuff like that.
Don't be scared to move around. It's okay to float between friend groups until you find the people that speak to you the best.
And everyone's as nervous as you are. Everyone is so worried about making friends. You're all in the same boat together. Just make it work.
Put yourself out there, join clubs, be out of your dorm, just step out of your comfort zone and just talk to anyone. Anyone is going to talk to you willingly and it's going to be fun, and don't be scared. Just do it.
You're not going to regret anything you did try. You're going to regret what you didn't try. So I think it's super important. If you have a little bit of interest in something, just go for it. There's got to be somebody else with that same interest, and you're going to end up meeting people that way.
Hello students, this Table Talk is brought to you by Suffolk University's College of Arts and Science here in Studio 73 in Boston, MA. I'm your host, Chloe Carner, and I have the privilege of having a few guests joining me on the show today. Would everyone like to introduce your names and your majors?
Hi, I'm Juliana, and I'm a journalism print and web major.
Hi, I'm Rafaela, and I'm a broadcast journalism major.
Hi, I'm Will, and I'm a broadcast journalism major.
Hi, I'm Karina. I'm an interior design major.
I want to thank you all for pulling up a chair to the table today. Now let's hop right into today's topic, which is finding your community in college. So for our very first episode, we asked on our social media page, and the students have spoken. Considering that we all have reached the end of our freshman years, I think it's great to discuss the realities of making friends in college and bringing up the uncomfortable truths that a lot of college students fail to recognize or even realize when first attending college. In our responses, many students agreed on hearing the same things, such as joining a club or that friends will happen naturally, when it may not be that easy for a lot of students. We believe students may be seeking a deeper understanding of what it really feels like to find and experience meaningful friendships in college, which where I'll direct my first question to my panel, whoever would like to start. What feeling comes to mind when you guys first think about making friends? And if so, do you guys have an experience you want to share with students?
I can go. At first, I was really anxious about making friends. I kind of stuck to the first people that I had friendships with because I thought if I didn't, they would leave me, I guess. But after a while, I was like, oh, I can branch out, I'll be fine. But I do remember feeling incredibly anxious.
Right, and I think that's something that we all go through when we first got here. We can relate. Even though that first friend group, those 3 friends that you think are going to be your best friends throughout the whole year, and you don't talk to them past, first semester? I mean, it's crazy. So, does anyone have a point that they want to add on to?
I can totally agree with Rafaela, but I feel like after the first year, I've kind of like kept in mind that it'll come naturally, and the people you're meant to be with will like be there by your side through it all.
Yes, I love that. I love that. And Will, Karina, do you guys have any experiences you want to share?
So I live in a suite with 8 other people, so I definitely was able to make connections through that fairly easy, even though I was pretty anxious about it. That being said, I'm also, being an interior design major, you're kind of in the same classes with everyone, and like going into the second semester, that became more apparent. And I definitely made connections with the people that I was in those classes with because I'm seeing them all the time. So classes are definitely where you want to look to meet people outside of who you might live with.
That's great advice. I mean, and Will, do you want to add something to that?
Yeah, so on like my floor, there's not really like, people don't really talk to each other, so I kind of had to branch out like outside of my living space in a way. But I found it so much easier to connect like with people on social media and socials and like that. And I also noticed when we started second semester, like who wasn't actually your friend from first semester, who you just kind of clung on to, was a lot easier to see.
Yeah, and it all comes with time, right? I think we can all agree on that point, which brings me to my next point of discussion. It's an important point that we don't discuss enough with students entering, which is how to do this. There's no right or wrong way. We're all navigating, trying to make friends, but what we should be encouraging each other is that everyone is on their own path to this journey. A question we can ask ourselves is, are there barriers keeping you from finding or making your friends in college? Did anyone here face a barrier outside of even anxiety when coming to college, trying to make friends?
Personally, I'm a twin, so like being with her my whole life and then coming here on my own, trying to make my own friends, my own friend group, it was definitely hard at first, but I think I kind of found like my own way of independence, doing my own thing, and I think I'm much more used to it now, but still having that close relationship with her and then meeting new people along the way.
Yeah, I think that's great, and especially as I'm like a sibling too. My sister's only 15 months older, so we stick together like glue. So I totally understand that. Does anyone else like face a barrier?
Yeah, besides anxiety, my friends that I have at home, I'm very close with them, and going into college, I feel like I was more so like I don't need to really make a lot of new friends. Like I like the friends I have. I'm very stubborn in a way, I guess, with that. But I definitely learned that it's okay to make connections with other people, and yeah.
Yeah, and college is really a great place for that, and it can even help us to ask the question, are you ready to make friends? And then after figuring out if you're ready to make friends, what style of friendships are you looking for? Long term or short term? Essentially, what is your goal, and is there a barrier causing you to miss opportunities interacting with someone beyond anxiety? This may be stereotypes learned back home, like even prejudice, or on the other hand, anxiety of unfamiliarity with people from different cultures, which I believe is an important point to recognize, because college is this mix of students and situations you've never experienced before. And something that we need to realize is that's okay. With that point, we're gonna table, you guys see what I did there? We're gonna table this discussion, and we're wishing all of our college students a great week. And please make sure to join us for another time at the table. Finally, a moment for the culture and by the culture. The segment on Table Talk where we offer real advice, information, and solutions based on the topic of today's show, which may include advice from accredited sources such as local professionals and students who overcame and excelled. For this episode, we would like to remind our viewers, our loyalty lies within the voices of the students. We are centered around community coverage, aiming to be a space where we explore and discuss social topics affecting college students around the nation. Our mission is to amplify student voices through a discussion at the table. So students,
What is your story? If you enjoyed this episode and would like to support the show, please subscribe and interact with us in our comments. To stay up to date with Table Talk and get all the behind the scenes content, you can follow us on Instagram at @SU_Table Talk. Thank you for joining us. I'm your host, Chloe Carner, and the table has spoken. See you next week.